Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to our webinar, our 1 o'clock webinar for the 10 to 13s. For the big dogs, we got a lot of interesting things to talk about today. We're really going to feel ourselves and get into our feelings. This is going to be a therapy session. Maybe, not really. All right. So, as you join, make sure to go ahead and comment, introduce yourself, say hello. Please keep me company. All right. Thank you, Flavia and Hashan. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Thank you for joining me today. So I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Cesar. I was born in Puerto Rico, but I grew up in Florida in a small town near Orlando called Oviedo. Go Chickens, Oviedo Chickens. And yeah. What about you guys? Where are you guys from? All right, welcome. Nice to meet you guys. So today we are talking about our senses, the 5 senses. Some people would even argue that we have 6 senses. Oh, from Sri Lanka. Very nice. Very far. Perfect. And Flavia's from Rome, where you currently live. Fantastic. Very nice. So you guys are both from very warm places, just like me. All right. So today, talking about the 5 senses. So what are the 5 senses? What are the 5 senses? You guys can go ahead and tell me in the comments. I'll give you guys a few minutes to go ahead and answer, as the chat can be a little bit slow. Let's see here. So 5 senses. Right now, I'm using all of them. So what are the 5 senses? So smell, touch, taste, hearing, and sight. Fantastic. That's exactly right. Perfect. And what is the 6th sense? That's the question now. What is the 6th sense?
The Sixth Sense is a 1991
Oh, Alexa, stop. All right. Exactly, Hashan. Instinct. And it's also the name of a movie, apparently. With Bruce Willis. So, yeah. So, let's see here. So, today we're talking about the 5 senses. We're talking about vocabulary for making observations. And we're talking about figurative speech. So, we can say figurative speech. In figurative speech, we also have a lot of idioms, expressions, sayings, and figures of speech. We also have similes and metaphors. So all of these different types of figurative speech. And I'm sure we have some other ones which I completely forgot about. So let's go ahead and see. So the 5 senses we said are sight, smell, hearing, touch, and taste. So I have a question for you guys. What is your most important sense? What is your most important sense? Obviously, this is in your opinion. So what is the most important one? Or what sense is... Ah, perfect. So Flavia says sight. And just remember, everybody, with the senses, you never use the, because it's a general sense. So we don't use the, we just say sight. Perfect. Yeah, I think sight is also one, of the most important ones. In my opinion, I don't think I could live without my sight. I don't think I could live without seeing. What do you guys think is the least important sense? So which one is the least important to you? Let's see. Personally, yeah, but I mean, if you had to choose one, if you have to choose one, Hashan, which one? For example, for me personally, I think sense of smell would be the least important one to me. Flavia too. Yeah. Even though it is very important, if I had to choose one sense to lose, I think I would choose smell. Personally. Okay. And just one quick little thing, everybody. The preposition for important in English, just so everybody knows, is to. So we always say important to me, important to you. So this is just a little side note, little extra information for you guys, just so everybody knows. All right, so here we have a little text, but we're missing some words. We have the words right here on the right. So here you guys are going to use your sense of sight. Using your sense of sight, I want you guys to go ahead and fill in the blanks. I'll give you guys a few minutes to go ahead and start writing them in the chat. All right. So here, besides using your senses, you're also using your brain. So what do you guys think? I'll go ahead and read the text with the blanks as you guys write the comments in. So traditionally, there are senses and corresponding sense organs. The eyes, nose, ears, and the skin. Each organ has a different The eyes provide a sense of The nose is a conduit for the sense of The ears let us while the tongue lets us to allows us to finally, the which is the largest organ, exercises the sense of The function of the sense organ is to receive internal or external stimuli and them to the nervous system, and thus to the The coordinated use of all of these senses leads to awareness and balance in the human body. All right, perfect. So Flavia, we've got some answers here. So she says, traditionally there are 5 senses and corresponding sense organs. The eyes, nose, ears, skin. Sorry, we already said skin here, so we need something else. What can we put for number 2? Because we have skin and the skin, so we need a different one for number 2. I think here I would probably put eyes, nose, ears, maybe tongue in this case. Yeah. So the eyes, nose, ears, tongue, and the skin. Exactly, Hashan. So the tongue in this case. Each organ has a different function. Perfect. The eyes provide a sense of sight. The nose is a conduit for the sense of smell. Exactly. The ears allow us to hear, while the tongue allows us to... What about this one? What does the tongue allow us to do? What sense does it give us? Exactly. The tongue allows us to taste. In fact, it's very easy to remember because you have T and T, tongue taste. Finally, the which is the largest organ, exercises the sense of What do you guys think this one is? What is the largest organ? What is the largest organ in our body? So the brain. So the brain is definitely one of the most important organs in our body, but it's not the largest organ. It's not the biggest organ. Exactly, Hishan. So in this case, it's the skin. The skin is the largest organ in your body. It covers all of you. All right. So finally, the skin, which is the largest organ, exercises the sense of... What can we do with our skin? What sense do we have? Touch. Exactly. The sense of touch. The function of the sense organs is to receive internal or external stimuli, and then what? So we have two more. What are the last two answers? What do the sense organs do? Exactly. So they transmit the stimuli to the nervous system and thus to the brain, as a consequence to the brain, thus. So thus is a very nice word to say therefore. So we can say thus, we can say therefore, or so. It's similar to as a result. So these are some really good words here. All right. Perfect. So, any questions about any of the vocabulary here? So, for example, conduit is something that we use to transmit something. Okay. And we also have awareness. Awareness is just your general feeling of being aware or being conscious. So aware means that your brain is active and it knows what is happening. This is called awareness in English. So let's see. Before we move on to the next part, what are the verbs that we use for each of the senses? Okay. Some of them are the same or similar to the name of the sense. Some of them are a little bit different. So So what are the verbs that we use for each sense? Perfect. Exactly, Flavia. So for sight, we can view or see. The most common one, of course, is see. This one's the one that we use in general. But we can also view. View is the more formal version of this. We can also use to watch or to look at. These are other verbs that are associated with sight. So also look at for static things and watch for things in movement. And then for hearing, yep, exactly, to hear. We can also use to listen to. Obviously, these are more specific. So sight, see, hearing, hear, but we can also use these other verbs in other contexts. Other verbs for the other senses? What other verbs do we use? What about for taste or smell or taste, smell, and touch? What about these? Exactly. Yep. So Flavia, so taste, exactly. Not test though. Test in English is something else. So we say to taste. You could also use the verb to try, but not test. Test is more scientific. And we can say, what else? We have taste. What about the sense of touch and the sense of smell? All right, welcome, Ariana. Welcome, Ariana from Bari. So we are talking about which verbs we use for each sense. So we talked about hearing with hear. We have sight with see. We have taste with taste. So this one is the same. What other verbs can we use? So for smell, we have smell. And for touch, we have touch or feel. Normally we use the verb to feel. Okay. Exactly. We have touch. That's another one. So touch is just the action. Feel is what you really, perceive. So here we go. Now I'm going to give you guys some examples. Okay. And I want you to tell me which senses these are examples of. So for example, a breathtaking sunset. What sense do you use for this? Can you feel a sunset? Can you taste a sunset? Can you smell a sunset? Can you see a sunset? Can you hear a sunset? So you can write in the comments. You can Mm, exactly. A breathtaking sunset can be seen. Exactly. So sight. Exactly. You definitely cannot taste a sunset unless it is figurative. What about fresh ground coffee? Can fresh ground coffee be seen, smelt, tasted, felt? What senses can we use for this one? And remember, there may be more than one possibility. There may be more than one answer, so don't be shy. So Ariana, Heshan, Flavia, I need your help here. Exactly. It could be tasted. Absolutely. Okay. And exactly, Hashan and Flavia say it can also be smelt. Yeah. It can also be smelt. And it could be tasted. Yeah, so we said it could be tasted, it could be smelt. Um, it could also be felt. If you touch the coffee, if you touch the fresh ground coffee, so the powder, you can feel it as well. Okay, what about a thunderstorm on a hot day? So Hashan says a thunderstorm can be heard. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. In this case, though, instead of it can be touched, we can say it can be felt. So the verb for touch we normally use to feel in this case. So it can also be felt. So what about a thunderstorm? Number 3. We said it can be heard because you hear the thunder. Are there any other possible? Yeah, a thunderstorm can be heard and seen. Yeah. And I think a thunderstorm can also be felt and smelt. Especially on a hot day. On a hot day, you can really feel the thunderstorm because you can feel the rain or you can feel the humidity, and you can also smell the humidity in the air. It smells different from when the air is dry. So I think, and it can also be smelt. What about a screeching train? Screeching train. So a train that is stopping. What senses? How can we perceive a screeching train? Can it be felt? Can it be tasted? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So this one definitely heard because you hear the screeching. And if it's close enough, you might even be able to see it. What about homegrown strawberries? Homegrown strawberries. What do you guys think about homegrown strawberries? Yeah, you can taste the strawberries, absolutely. And if you bring them close to your nose, you could also touch them. You can see them, and you could even smell them if you hold them close. Or if you cut the strawberries, you can also smell them. Okay. Let's skip to a warm embrace. What about a warm embrace? What do you guys think about a warm embrace? Exactly, Hashan. You can feel a warm embrace. Okay, so in this case, it's more feeling. You can smell the person, you can see the person, but you feel the embrace. All right, fantastic. So let's move on to the next section. All right, here we have a little play on words. The nose, nose. So these two words are pronounced identically. Okay, they are called homophones. So when we have two words that have a different spelling, different meaning, we call them homophones. So the nose, nose. So here we have all of the verbs that we use. Okay. So we have it smells like it sounds like it tastes like it feels like it looks like. Okay. So the difference between these is we use them alone if we use them with an adjective. For example, it smells good, and it smells like if we use a noun. So it smells good with an adjective, so directly. And it smells like flowers. So this would be a noun. And that's the difference between all of these. So we use like with nouns, but no preposition is needed for adjectives. For example, fresh ground coffee smells delicious, adjective, but it looks like dirt, noun. Okay, so now I want you guys to give me some examples of your own. And you can use whatever adjectives or verbs you would like. So for example, right now, in my house, it smells like burgers because I had burgers for lunch. And outside, it feels like spring because of the temperature. We can also say, I don't know. It looks like a nice day. or it looks like a perfect day. So give me some examples, guys. And you can write them here in the comments. So using the different verbs. So Flavia, Ariana, Hashan, feel free to share your own comments. Perfect. Fantastic example, Flavia. That dog looks aggressive, but it isn't. Exactly. Very good. In English, we have an expression for this. We say, appearances can be deceiving. Perfect. It sounds new, but it's old. Fantastic. We can say, appearances can be deceiving. We can also say, don't judge a book by its cover. These two expressions are very similar. Another similar expression, because we have so many of these, not all that glitters is gold. And these are all basically the same idea, that appearances and reality do not always match up. It can be two different things. So not all that glitters is gold. Okay. So we can use all of these in a real context, but a lot of times we use them also figuratively. And we use them to kind of get an idea across, to kind of communicate something, but in a more metaphorical or figurative way. Okay. And just one thing as well, feel can also be, it can be for touch, or it can also be for emotions. For example, it feels like this lockdown will never end. I'm sure a lot of you can share this sentiment. Okay, so it smells like burnt, or it smells burnt. Normally we say it smells like something is burning. So normally in this context we use the present continuous. Perfect. Exactly, Hashan. I feel homesick. Adrian, thank you for joining us. Please don't say that. I'm waiting for it to end. Yes, I know. I said it feels like. We know that it will, but it feels like it won't. It's tough, guys. It's tough, I know. But we can get through it together. All right. So in English, a metaphor is a comparison without using like or as. Okay. So in English, like, the meaning of like is similar to. That's the real meaning of like. And as, the meaning of as is equal to. Okay, so these two words are a little bit different. But when we use them figuratively, they're very similar. Okay. For example, this is a very, very, very super common expression. We say, Her soft voice was music to his ears. So we say music to my ears. When somebody says something that you really like, yes, I'm like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Oh, Adrian, that's music to my ears. So when you say that's music to my ears, this means I like what you are saying. Tell me more. Tell me more, tell me more. Did you get very far? All right. So that's music to my ears. I like what you're saying. All right. The next example, you have a great taste in fashion. Obviously, in this case, you are not licking food. Okay. If you're licking food, then that's a problem. That's almost as bad as um, injecting yourself with light or bleach. Okay, so don't lick food, don't taste bleach, please. Let's try to stay safe, everyone. All right. A simile is a comparison using like or as. So, for example, eating without salt is like eating cardboard. Okay. Or he's as blind as a bat and as deaf as a doorknob. So in Italian, you also have these expressions, but you use different different things. For example, in Italian, you say cieco come una talpa, but we say blind as a bat. And we say deaf as a doorknob. So the doorknob is what you use to open the door. Okay. And then we have a hyperbole, which is another form of figurative language, and it's an exaggeration. For example, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. And this one's a very common expression in English. In fact, all of these are common. So I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. Okay. So now I want you guys to yes, Adrian. I hope you hand sanitized before you licked your fingers. Oh, don't worry. I didn't really lick my fingers. I'm just a good actor. I'm such a good actor. It looked like I licked my hands, but I didn't. So, guys, what are some examples? How do you guys feel? What are some examples of these that you guys can think of? What do you guys think? One of my friends drinks like a fish. Yes, fantastic, Adrian. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Oh, thank you, Hashan. I should go into show business. I've been thinking about it. Now I have time to really practice. And you can all be my guinea pigs. That's another common expression. This one is a metaphor. You are my guinea pigs. I can test my content on you. So my guinea pigs. My trial. What else, guys? Anything else? My new perfume has a coffee smell. It smells like coffee. Okay, perfect. So in this case, Ariana, so we don't say it has a coffee smell. We say directly, My new perfume smells like coffee. So remember all of these senses. So smell, feel, taste, see. We use directly as verbs in English, not as nouns. So for example, in Italian, you can say ha un buon profumo, ha un buon sapore. In English, you do not say this ever. You never say it has a good smell, it has a good taste. This in English sounds very bad. You say it smells good, it tastes good. So we always use these as verbs in English. Okay? And Flavia, it is so good that it could be a Michelin chef dish. Ah, yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Is that a hyperbole? Yeah, exactly. I think that would be considered a hyperbole. Yeah. Perfect. It's so good that it could be that it could be. So just remember the subject there to repeat. It could be a Michelin chef dish. Fantastic. Any other examples, guys? Okay, how about this? I will give you guys the expression and you need to tell me which animal we use. For example, as wise as an. Yes, he is perfect. He is soft as a teddy bear. And in this case, we would say he is as soft as a teddy bear. So we say as soft as. All right, you got it, Adrian. So we say as wise as an owl. Fantastic. In English, when we want to talk about somebody being wise, somebody having a lot of experience, we say as an owl. Fantastic. Yeehaw! Yes. Okay. What about this one? As sly as a. As sly as a. What can we say here? Exactly. Fantastic, Sean. As sly as a fox. Wow. Amazing. No idea, Flavia. Yeah, we have a lot of these expressions in English. What about this one? As slow as a. What animal is this? Oh, whoa, Adrian, calm down. There are children watching. What is this one, Adrian? Oh, God. So in this case, we say Ants in your pants. You've got ants in your pants. This one is a very, very common one that we use with children. Ants in your pants means that you cannot stay still. Yeah, I realized it after Adrian. I thought you were saying something else. Oh, terrible. Exactly, Flavia. So as slow as a snail and ants in your pants, which is the other one, can't stay still. Okay, if it'll run. Yeah. So can't stay still, ants in your pants. As slow as a snail. That's the other one. Perfect. Hi, Alicia. Welcome. A little bit late, almost finished, but that's okay. Better late than never, as I always say. So as slow as a snail. What about strong? As strong as an. What do we think? Ah, yes, Adrian, fantastic. Something smells. Hmm. So something smells. Fiuto qualcosa di strano. So what do we think here? Any ideas? Okay, Adrian, I do yours, you do mine. So something smells fishy, we say. Something smells fishy. Something's not quite right here. Say something smells fishy. Okay. And then we say as strong as an ox. Bring it on. Yes. So as strong as an ox. To say something is very, very, very strong, we say it's as strong as an ox. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining me today, for participating. Okay. We're going to go ahead and wrap up right there, unless you guys have any questions. Okay. Thank you all so much. I hope that you were able to learn a few new expressions. Remember, all of these are very, very common. So try to learn maybe two or three, choose two or three of your favorite, and try to use it in your conversations. Ah, yes, Adrian. Holy cow. That's another common one. Holy cow. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. Take it easy. Thank you. You too. You too, Adrian. Bye, guys.